Grace. I'm reporting for RotorHub International today, and we are at the Hampshire and Isle of Wight Air Ambulance in Thruxton. So I'm here with Ollie, and he is a specialist paramedic in
critical care.
Critical care.
This is our briefing room. So this is where we start our day. Our shift starts at 7 o'clock. Our pilots set us down in here, and we'll go through a Babcock standard sort of brief. We'll talk about, this is Salisbury plane, so that's just to the west of us here. We'll talk about any activity on the plane, and this is sort of a bigger map of our the airspace that we might use. We spend a lot of time down here. The bulk of our population is sort of around about Southampton, all along this M27 corridor, and of course what makes us unique is that we fly across the Isle of Wight quite a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll go through in the morning, we'll talk about the weather, we'll have a weather brief, and sort of what we'd expect our threat and error management would have to include for the day, how everybody's feeling. That's an important thing to do. Once we've been down here, we'll go downstairs and get the helicopter ready. That involves packing all the clinical kit on it, and then we do an engine wash, rotors running engine wash, just to make sure that everything's clean. This is where our clinical team come and practice. It's a simulation suite, so a lot of the skills that we're expected to perform are done infrequently, and that means it's really important to practice them regularly. So we've got this immersive simulation suite that has all of the equipment in it that we carry in our operational bags to practice with. As part of our ongoing training, we have a rolling skill of the month. This month we're talking about ventilation strategy, so that's how we might ventilate patients that have had an anaesthetic from us. There are some surgical skills that we would do less frequently, and it's really important that we practice them. We have pre-hospital emergency medicine trainees who come and train to become consultant FEM doctors, is what we call them here. And a lot of their practice happens in this room before they go off to do their exams. One of the nice benefits of it as well is there's a sort of an overhead system with projectors that means that we can have backgrounds developed by the providers of the software that are unique to the area. So for example, we could ask for them to film Winchester city centre, and then we could display that on the walls so that we go for sort of a realistic training environment. And at the click of a button we can be from Winchester city centre to on the side of the M3, for example. So we can get through quite a lot of work here in a very short time. This is where a lot of coffee is consumed. Obviously we're not at work all the time, so having comfortable space at the base where everyone can sit and relax is important. We've got kitchen facilities, there's a big television over there, and some reclining sofas. Because our shifts finish at 2 AM, we don't do full nights. There's no need for us to have sort of formal sleeping facilities on base, but it is important to have a comfortable space that's away from sort of base visits and some of the office functions that are required for the clinical crew to just come and sometimes decompress after some of the jobs and relax and obviously eat. You know, there is calorie intake required for calorie expenditure. Obviously this is the hangar. This space fulfills a number of functions. Obviously, we have a car that we use when we're unable to respond by air, if that's because the aircraft's being serviced or because the weather limits mean that we can't get there by air. We quite often accommodate observers who come from the ambulance service and other observers to see what we do, so there's plenty of space to take an observer along with us as well. There's plenty of space in the hangar for our engineer to do the servicing, and actually there's a heating unit you can see up there, so that he doesn't have to freeze whilst he's doing it. For those that are more into team sports, there's a table tennis table. We also have a sort of a kit make ready area, which is a work surface in one corner. We use a checklist to rekit our bags, and we've got a drugstore where all of our medications that we would use to deliver the care that we require sort of is in the corner of the base as well. Other than that, it's kind of a big heated shed, but is invaluable and essential to the operation.